This is a video about async iterables, which I suggested here that they should be used in the Nost-Deno library. Now, how could this be implemented? So the easiest way to have methods return async iterable is by using the Asterix function. So function public, we have subscribe with a callback, and subscribe promise, which returns a promise to an array of the events. As this isn't actually a subscription, I just call this function events. And then where does the Asterix go? And this takes the same argument as here. Oh, and this one is async. Okay, so the syntax seems to be accepted. And how this works is here we could invoke yield and return a value. So return one, this yield one, this would yield the value one, which means that the iterator, the iterable returned by this function has these as the first value, so we can invoke yield multiple times to return multiple values. Now here we could use the existing subscribe function to subscribe to the events that matches the filters. Now in a callback function that there is here, which this listener function, type any, that's a bit unspecific. What does it invoke? Let's see. So this is an event. So that's a Nostr event, actually. The first argument to the listener function. So here, it's an event, Nostr event. And the second one is when it's finished. So end. Boolean. And here it can also be null when when this is true, then the event is null, as seen here, but the second argument is always a Boolean value. Good. I mean, this type indication wouldn't be necessary, but it helps adding more clarity, at least to me. So what's not possible, unfortunately, is to invoke yield in here. Why? Because we are no longer in the generator, but we are in a new function, this anonymous inline function here, so we can't invoke yield. So when we get the event, we somehow need to store it. So let's create a buffer. Which is nothing but an array of okay, we're thinking an array of Nost event, but it actually should also be possible to capture that end message. Well, Nost event or no. Arrays can contain null, right? Let's test here. Right. Totally. Okay, so and just assume that when end is true, this is also null. Cheating a little. And so this is an empty array at the beginning. And here, when we get such an event, we append this at the end of the buffer array, which is push. Tested this before. Keep forgetting those. Push the event. Okay. And yeah, we're not actually using this, but removing it just because. So we see that we have something between your, which we could use. Then style semicolon, and now while basically let's say while true, so we are going to explicitly return when we see that we got such a null event with end true. So while true, we if so yeah, I could check that something is in the buffer. So buffer length greater 0. But then if the buffer is empty, we would have to, for example, sleep for a couple of milliseconds and then check again. But that's a waste of resource having this turning around. So we should instead deal with the situation differently. Let's start with this situation. Let's do an isEmpty function on arrays. No, okay, so if the length is 0, then let's we could so the idea is if 0, we wait till this one gets invoked, and so we check here for a waiter which let waiter, this can be either null or a function that returns doesn't really matter. Unknown. This is null. So happens void. Okay. So if there is a waiter, so if this is not falsy, that is not null in this context, then we invoke waiter. And now waiter is never reassigned. Okay. So this, we need to assign waiter here, so to be notified. Now, for that we create a promise and we wait for it. So we wait await new promise. So the promise constructor takes a function which resolve and reject, but we only care about resolve, and huh. Okay, so waiter is set to resolve. Not sure about this waiter variable name. Waits. That's why I've chosen the name. It's not really like a waiter in a restaurant. Okay. These complaints. So the type value void is not assignable. So here this resolve method is a function that takes an unknown value, and this is function with no value as argument. This kind of course change value unknown. And now we need to pass it a value. I mean, we could of course pass the event back. Let's say there's no need for that, as so here we deal with the case that the buffer length is 0. Then here we push something to the buffer. So once we awaited that promise, the buffer can no longer be empty. So we can get the first value and check if that's not null. So that's shift. So it takes out that first value, so the buffer gets shortened from the left. And now if first value that's true thing, then we yield first value, and in this case the while loop continues, while otherwise if first value is falsy, that is null, I assume. Or is there another case where an event could be falsy? Okay, I can't think of any, but maybe it's a bit more readable nevertheless. If we say this, if it's null, then we do the other thing, that is return while here we yield. And this statement here is never reached. Okay. So now so we have a function that this function signature returns an async generator, which in turn I think inherits from async iterable, but with that we can make we can use for await to iterate over the events. Maybe add this to some method documentation. Filters. Filters the events must match returns async iterable over the events usage example sorry, where are we here? So this would be something like for await const event. That's a Nost-Deno event. Yeah, so, or undefined. This is actually nothing. It shouldn't be undefined. Okay. No, it's a Nost generator. Generator of Nost event. Okay, so const event I have to look at an example for await JS. Relay events, and now let's find an example of a filter here. we have nostril filters. Okay, yeah. A function call bracket ends. So here the for await bracket ends, and here the for await race start. So console log event. Okay, I'm not sure about the formatting. This changed way too much. Just wanted to add some of those asterisks here. Horizontal selection in VS Code. It's not all, it seems. Shift. No, shift is normal selection also. This looks better. My bad. Okay. Here's some documentation. And is there a test where to test it? Let's just hope that it works. Bye.